Hello, welcome back. This is where I've cut it from the last episode to make sure I can actually render it in time. So we're picking up exactly where we were last time, just before Sen's Fortress. And by the way, regardless of where you want to go next, I'd recommend getting this bonfire since it's really close to Firelink Shrine, and it basically leads everywhere else anyway. But let's see if we can level up our thief stuff. So let's... Actually, wait, I think it's best to put it into the armor. If I look at the amount that you get from it, they all cost 1 shard. The armor gives you +2. You look to the left to the right, gives you +2. Gloves gives you +1. And mask gives you basically nothing. So if I put as much into the armor as possible, I get the most gain for my shards. Not that I should have to worry about using up shards because I have 30. I don't have souls. I forgot you take souls to level up. So I'll quickly use up a couple of souls and level everything up. Anyway, you might be wondering why I put a bit into my shield there. If you level up shields, you increase their stability, which is the amount of damage you take before your poise is broken or something. I don't exactly remember, I probably should. But it's basically something along the lines of... you can take heavier attacks, essentially. Anyway, here's this, Sen's Fortress. We've never come here before, to my knowledge, and we didn't speak to Young Onion Man. So we're going to meet him shortly, hopefully. So, welcome to, like, the most frustrating place in the entire game. Let's go in and say hello. And, like, the first thing we're going to do is immediately leave. Because, literally on the front door there is a dart trap that will 3-shot you. So that's exciting. And just behind the dart trap are these giant snakehead people, who are basically the first, like, real enemies that you meet in the game. You see, they do a shitload of damage. And the best way to deal with them is to fight them one at a time and poise break them. You see, even our, like, ridiculous +10 scythe doesn't one-shot them. And you also... sometimes they use that attack, which you can't parry. So parrying every time isn't even worth it sometimes, just because they'll annihilate you. You see there? One swing took away all of our health, and this is just the front door. So as you can imagine, dying and having to do the front door over and over again is a bit annoying. So I'm assuming I'm not going to do this in one run, because I don't think I ever will. But what I normally like to do is step on this, like, lure him out, step on a plate, and that will kill one of them, and then I can just, like, run around and backstab the other one. This is a place where backstabbing is, like, super, super important, as well as just running. Which is what we're going to do. I see some silver knights. If you have a listen. There's, like, what sounds like a washing machine or something. So this is kind of a common trope of this area, of these giant swinging traps. If you look up, it's kind of hard to do, but they run up for the entire variation of it, and this entire fortress is basically like, what is it? What's that game show? Something Castle. Something Castle. It was a fun game show, and it was like Japanese, but it had an English guy spectating over it. Anyway, my beef isn't with that dude, because I don't have the swamp ring. Oh, I completely forgot to go get that ring. Oh well, we'll have to do it at a later date. But what I want is down here on the side, because it's a secret that I think many people might not have seen. Take all of our health and fall damage, because to my knowledge there's no just ladder straight down. And so normally you'll get, like, knocked off by the spike traps down to the bottom, and you'll be, like, shitting yourself in the tar. And then eventually maybe you'll find this ladder and climb all the way to the top, and you'll be thinking, wow, that was a real event that just went on. Quite a long ladder as well. Anyway, you'll make it back to the top, you'll find this large shell, and then you can... shell? So, and you can drop down and just give it another go. However, there is a super secret here. Is it here? Is it not this one? Oh, here it is, I just couldn't roll through it for some reason. Here's a cool secret, which, like, no one will ever see, unless they rolled through that wall, or they've watched someone else play, or they were, like, just checking walls in general. So I imagine at least, like, half, 3/4 of the people might not have seen this, considering most people apparently can't find the bonfire at the top, which I'll show off. Because this is incredibly, incredibly hard without knowing that bonfire. Anyway, jump at this dude from before. Old Watchtower dude, hello. No point in having my shield out. You get to fight him. Isn't that cool? And he's a bit like, Ganon from the final end of bloody Ocarina of Time, where you have to, like, run through his legs. He doesn't have a tail to hit, though. I will normally wait for him to do one really specific attack. Unless he just wants to knock me out with his foot. Yeah, you can do that. Let's tap A and run away. Is that it? That's the attack. Oh, fuck. Hello. He basically tires himself out, and you can just whack the shit out of his head. And because I'm using the scythe, you can swing super fast once you're already dealing damage. And I have no idea how much health he's got, actually. Oh, we can actually kill him in one go. Power of the Scythe. Giant thing must have had like 2,000 health. And he doesn't respawn. Does drop a nice chunk for you though if you want to level up your weapon. Anyway, this is the thing that you used to open it up. Big old chain, opened the doors, and it's permanently open now. There's like no way to reshut it. And I was just like, it's quite a cool little view. You know, you can see around everywhere. You can see that was the first bell tower earlier in the game. If you remember, we watched down here. Let's have another look. There's the forest. Over there is where Andre lives. Up there, on the top of the hilltop, you can see a bit of a castle. I wonder what that could be, possibly. What else? I think... where's Firelink Shrine? Let me try and think. Andre's castle. Firelink Shrine's probably in the distance over in that direction. I think it's not over... No, it might be in that direction. Anyway, you can't see much else other than that. But it's a lovely view. And sometimes I am playing online, but like I've seen no player messages. No idea why. Just maybe not many people are playing it right now. Normally people have like a fight club here, which is like secret. You'll only know about it if you're in the fight club business. Anyway, I thought I just wanted to show that off. It's quite a cool little secret. One of my favourites. Just a nice little veranda where you can stare off and look at the beautiful sky. I like it. Anyway. It's time to do the real challenge, which is Sen's Fortress. I wonder how far I can make it on my first go in like months. It'll be interesting to see. But once you end up doing it over and over again, you do kind of develop a pattern. And if you watch like speedrunners, you'll see them just go through it in one go, and you're like, what? How does one do that? If I remember with you, I just would go off to one side and then go around you, yeah. And then hope he gets knocked into the pit by the thing. If not, I think I will fight him. No, don't use that. Use your sword attack so I can... Oh, that was off. No. I want to backstab them. I don't like having to fight them like normally. If you can backstab them, it's mostly a one-shot with at least my weapon. And I'm not really in the parrying mood today. We can get a backstab. There you go. It doesn't actually one-shot them. That's very dangerous. We need to know that. So we need to level up Dex like once, twice, 3 times more maybe. Once we can start one-shotting them with a backstab, we'll be happy. Also, I think the shield I've got has got pretty good magic protection, so I shouldn't have to worry too much about this lightning dude. It's mostly just the knockback they deal, and the fact that their swords do like shitloads of bleed. Stop that. Go off to the side, please. There we go. Yeah, they have quite a bit of health, and they're quite dangerous enemies. And this is a run you'll end up having to do over and over and over and over again. Are you a mimic? Oh shit, I forgot! I completely forgot about all the traps. This is going to be quite an interesting run, I think. I wanted to check to see if he was a mimic. I don't think it was, but it was worth checking. Just got a shard in it. There's a lot of these pressure plates, which you'll be missing a lot of, and they will kill you. Oh, I like this. So you see how that guy's just leaning against the wall there? We'll come back to this zone later, perhaps, and we'll see how he's doing against that wall. Ah, cool. Anyway. Hello. I was waiting for you, specifically. He's meant to show off the boulder, and I forgot about the boulder. Like, I was waiting for it to roll, and then I was like, wait, is it even here yet? He's meant to show off that the boulder will, like, one-shot you. No, I don't trust this. I'm going to wait until it's, like, a nice easy one. There we go. Ah, the parry will one-shot him. Does parry do more damage than backstabs? I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, I want to run down here, and I think this is the platform. Oh, he's over there, yeah. You can chat with our little friend. It's our friend Siegmeyer. Wonderful man who's just kind of fallen asleep on the edge there. Let's just parry you, take you out. Once you can get more satisfied with your parrying, this area becomes like a million times easier. Just because you don't have to deal with the snakes and they're like a huge trouble. There we go. I'm bringing myself back into it. I'm becoming a bit more confident. Let's have a chat with Siegmeyer. The item up there, by the way... Oh, I'm trying to remember. It's on the tip of my tongue. I don't want it, though. It's not very good. Hello. I could kick him into the pit, by the way, and that would be, like, really mean. Oh. Hello. You can see his eyes through there. If you ever wonder what he looked like, he's just a generic white man. He's a bit too plump. I love him. He just made a fat joke about himself and then like followed up with the second one. He's a wonderful guy. He's definitely one of my favourite characters. And you can just see through his armour slits. A lot of people thought that he was of dark skin variety, because at the start of the game when you pick your character, Katarina is like the jovial Katarina people. They have like quite dark skin. So a lot of people were quite surprised to see that he's just a skinny white man. His armour is what makes him fat. No chance. He doesn't do rolling. He's wonderful. He's a very, very strong knight as well. As you can tell, his armor's probably quite strong. And he's got a Pretty good shield if I remember, he, like, bashes people with them. Anyway, he's fucked when it comes to the rolling balls, despite the fact he's the same weight as us. However, we're not fucked, because I'm going to go up and get an item that I want, and I think it's past that snake lady. Hello. I think I'll open this light while I'm at it, I guess. I don't want to actually do the room, but I just wanted to open it up. Oh, hello. Am I going to have to fight too? No, I think this is outside your zone, isn't it? Let me just, like, abuse the wall quickly. Here we go. Cool little room up here. Is this where I want to be? Aha! No. No, this isn't a mimic either. There we go. Ring of Steel Protection. I think it gives you, like, a shitload of defense. So if you watch my armor on the right... where is it? I say, so the bottom section of the right, the bottom third, if you see when I equip the Ring of Steel Protection, it goes up by 50, I think, which is pretty good. Pretty good in general. So if you're looking for a ring to run just all the time, that basically just gives the equivalent of a very, very good chest piece, except you don't have to be wearing the armor. But we've got the Calanthe ring, so we don't need that. Let's wait for the next ball to run before we do anything. Go on. There we go. It's good to be patient. This level rewards patience heavily. Going through it fast is not the way it's meant to be played. Ah! There's the dart trap. Let's run through here and then go around the corner. And immediately get hit by it! I didn't think I was going to get hit by that. I'm going to need to backstab you if possible. Thank you. Is there a second one that comes through? I do not remember. Quite dangerous. I think what you're meant to do is set it off and then run through and then run back. I'll have to try and remember that. I was hoping I could outrun it, but that's actually, looking back, was a really stupid idea. I don't think you can outrun a dart trap like that. Anyway, this is the room I hate the most because I never make it through without getting hit. I want to go up to the top right. We will get hit by the ball though, like almost certainly. There's very few times I don't get hit by it. Oh, that was very lucky. The timing is just so that you almost always get hit by it, which I don't like. Anyway, here is where we can redirect the ball if we like, to do the rest of the Sen's Fortress. We could redirect it down here. I think this is where it was originally, and then something magically moved it so it was down that side, which was annoying for us. And this little lever you can use to rotate it, so it goes to the opposite location of the lever. If we wanted, we could just drop it off the edge here to make it useless. Or alternatively, we could drop it down here, which will kill the snake from earlier. He was leaning against the wall, and open up, I think it's where... Is it Logan? Or like some NPC is down there? I think this is the ball that you can use to free him. Really cool, by the way, how this is like some ancient, like, test of the gods fortress, so there's like all this cool machinery in it. Reminds me of a bit of the Tower of the Gods from Wind Waker. You ever played that game? One of my favourite games. You're gonna punch it. Really cool little mechanism. Yeah, see, he just got knocked over, and I'm assuming that broke the wall. I don't think you have to follow it all the way down there to break the wall. So what I'm going to do next is redirect it down the tunnel it was just now, because I want it to do something very specific. I don't know if I even need to redirect it, to be honest. It might just automatically do that to try and screw with you. But I want to pick up a specific item. Ah! I made the jump without even looking. Wonderful. This isn't the item I want, by the way. We'll one-shot you. No, it's just a soul. And if I were to go through here, it takes us basically back to the first room at the top. Is this here? I don't want to drop down because then I'll have to redo it. All I know that's through there is like the Hushed Footsteps ring, which I don't particularly want. But if you want to go for like a stealthy ninja run, drop down here and there's like a ring in there. I don't want to pick it up though. I want to see if I can maybe try and do as much as I can in one run. So I'm going to drop down when the next thing goes. Down you go. Do it. There we go. Because there's one ring that I do want to get. Like, any run without it is lacking, I may show. Ooh, that's a bum clencher. Aha! There's something through there. Do you see that chest? We'll see. Anyway, you'll be wondering why I'm just kind of waiting here in the corner, despite the fact that I can easily just go. Just watch. Watch and learn. Ooh, what's that? It's not just a bottomless pit. What on earth could that mean? Let's find out. Ta-da! A secret! Oh, I love this area. There's like just crap loads of secrets in it. And I'm going to wait for the next ball first. Basically, this is something which you don't really notice by if you stood in that hole and saw that it built up slowly. And there's the Cophatus Gold Serpent Ring, which, as we will see, increases the chance of items to spawn. And I don't know what it's the equivalent of in terms of humanity. I have no idea. Like, it's up to like 10 humanity you get more item discovery. This just straight gives you 200, so you just get 3 times as much drop chance. I'm not entirely sure what the number is, but it's more. You get more drops. And I don't know if going down there is a good idea. No, that's just outside. So we have to make our way back up now, which is a little bit more difficult. But it's definitely possible. Let's go into this room first and ignore the funky looking chest. Just... Ooh. There's something very different about this chest. What is it? What could it possibly be? It couldn't be that this chain's facing the wrong way. And if we equip the binoculars and press X and then look at it, it couldn't be that the chest itself is moving. No, that would be weird. Chests can't move. Look, it's perfectly still now we're looking at it. If I were to look away and then look back again. Oh. Yeah, that's right. This is the first mimic of the game that I remember. And I hate it. Because the first round I came here, I think it killed me and I have a shitload of souls. And mimics are terrifying in this game as well. But we have a shitload of stagger. No, we couldn't kill it. That's terrifying. Go away. I don't like you. They also make spooky sounds and they eat you. And they kick you. And they do kung fu. They're very scary. I don't like them. But anyway, if you were to just open it, it would eat you. Like, it would just eat you. Like it would eat you. And we get the lightning spear, which is a spear that is imbued with lightning, despite what you might think. It's literally just a spear. Like, the spear, just blank spear, that someone has put lightning on. And the point of this is basically you can use it against the bosses later. The devs kind of put it here just in case you weren't too sure about how the items worked. Sorry, how, like, reinforcing worked. So you can use that lightning spear to basically do a shitload of damage to bosses, even if you only have, like, a +1 weapon. And you might also be wondering, why the hell is there blood all over this platform? I have to remember first which is the side to get off. It's this one. There's spikes at the top. So even the lift is a thing. If it were to just stay on there, you just get to the top and get one-shot by all these horrible spikes. But ooh, we're in one of those jail cells. Wonderful. It's either this room. There's like 2 jail cells, and one of them will give you. Is it this one? We can open the door. No, it's not this side. There's some armor in there, but it's not particularly good. Do I want to go down there? No, I want to. I think I can make it up here actually. The thing's not facing at us, so we can go up here. That's fine. So you might also be lost by now. Like, you've explored this room completely. You're wondering where to go. Inside this room specifically, there's this little side path. So what you can do is run through here and continue to the rest of the fortress. And don't just be fast because you'll immediately die, because they all come out at the same speed. Don't like that. Have a little look around this room. Always be careful. Stop and look around the rooms if you're unsure. It's the second one of these bloody puzzles. I hate these so much. I always can't imagine how many times I've just been knocked off. We've also got a lot of souls, so I think I'm going to equip the Ring of Sacrifice. If we do die, we can get like another level of dex and maybe we'll be able to one-shot those snakes. Is there a place in the middle we can stand? I'm not sure. Possibly. I might just do a run. Run. And there's 2 snakes in here. One of them aggroes before the other. And I want to fight the one that aggroes. There you are. If I were to just rush up the stairs, I'd have to fight multiple ones at once, which would be very, very dangerous. Please be poise broken. Yeah, okay, 3 shots. So let's ignore you. Don't want to get trapped behind those. If you get trapped having to fight multiple ones at once, you're basically fucked. I think I can hear footsteps behind me as well, so that's positive. Let's just parry you. I think this is just some souls or something, anyway. Very useful to know how to parry. Oh, shit. One thing I completely forgot to do was, so we have no healing now, but one thing I forgot to do was reinforce the bloody bonfire. So we've only got 5 Esters. No thank you. Oh, cool, we can stagger it with just 1 hit. That's good to know. Oh, wait, no, it learnt that. It was like, oh shit, I can be staggered now. Yeah, those swords are really cool. If it drops it, I'll be quite happy, just to show it off. Really cool little curved bleeding sword. No, I didn't drop it. That's alright. Go up to the next section. Ooh, there's another one around here somewhere. You can hear its footsteps. It's off to the left, and it shoots magic at you, and it's annoying as hell, and I hate it. So I'm going to try and just go into a bow battle with it. I think I should have enough stamina to out-magic it, though, but I'm not entirely sure. And I'm literally just going to sit here and shoot it with arrows until it dies, because if it's alive, it will be hell. Oh, it dropped down. Wonderful. So this is the most difficult part of the entire puzzle, I made sure, is this specific section. And first of all, I don't know if I've made it up here on the first try before, so that's good enough. The timing on these things is impeccable. You can stop in the middle. Just watch. I'm going to see. 1, 2. Can I run that far in 2 seconds? 1, 2. No, I most certainly cannot. So I'm going to have to stand in the middle or roll. Fuck. See if we can get more side view and have a look. It looks like we can stand quite closely to the edge of this one. So I'm going to go on the next swing, I reckon, and try and stand here. Oh! Holy shit, I can't believe I made that. I've never done that on the first try, ever. And so the first thing I'm going to do is hit this and then run straight up the stairs, because there's a thing. So, I can't believe I've done that. I'm honestly, I'm shocked. Like, I'm really happy with that. Oh, I don't know if it shows, but I'm very, very pleased. I've definitely had to take dozens and dozens of goes at that in the past. So I'm just going to ignore everything. No chit-chat for now. I'm going to run to the secret bonfire that, if you didn't know about, makes this place a whole lot harder. But look, I'll just rest here and then I'll talk about it in a second. Well, I can't believe... Jesus Christ, I can't believe I actually made that. Anyway. Dex. Step 1 in Dex. And we're pretty close to the next soul, so maybe I can pump a little bit of Proud Knight, maybe? What, we need like 9,000 or something? This should probably be enough. Is that enough to level up? There we go. 28 Dex. 28 Dex should be enough to one-shot these dudes. Anyway. Christ. This is the secret bonfire. If you're having difficulty with Sen's Fortress because you get all the way to the top, fight the boss, and then die and have to go through it again and get frustrated and quit playing, this is the bonfire you need to know about. It's very useful and it's really annoying. Also, there's an NPC spawn around here, if I remember correctly. So, let me quickly pop a double humanity. Because then I also want to reinforce this bonfire. It's a useful one to have reinforced for much, much later in the game. So, no, we have to reverse hollowing and then kindle it. Our beautiful face. There we go. Someone's had their Weetabix, that's what that is. And kindle it once, just for good measure. Now we've got 10 Estus. That'll do us for now. And is there any... I can't remember if there's any item drops. I don't think there's any secret walls. No, none of that. So let's just drop back down and try and spawn the NPC. I think typically he spawns up and down this corridor somewhere. I don't remember exactly where. If I can leave that untouched, that'd be great, because I'll use that to kill him. Do you spawn around here, maybe? Ah, here you are. You nasty person. Get off the edge. I don't like you. You've made my life more trouble than it should have been in the past. I'm fairly certain this is where the NPC spawn is. What's down here? Probably death and sadness. I think that is just death and sadness. Are you not going to spawn NPC? Because if you don't have to. I'll set off the trap. No, I'll leave it. Whatever. He'll spawn soon. I was fairly certain that's where he was. Could be wrong, though. Definitely unhuman, though, so I've done everything I have to get him to spawn. No? Okay. Around here, there's a lot of boulder knights, so this is like the final really good opportunity to farm the... Quite loud. To farm the... What was even the sword called? The boulder side sword? These dudes have it. You see that kind of gold... Like, Majora's Master King sword? This is a good time to farm them, because there's a lot of routes. They all have, like, pretty shit health, and you can just kind of drop down and farm, like, a couple of them at a time. They just parry you, there you go. I'm feeling good on the parries today, I'd say. You gonna drop it? No, just a tight match. I'd be lying if I said I didn't just get a little bit excited about the thought that I might have another boulder side sword. Or not another, just like the first boulder side sword. Well, really am killing it with just the stock shield, things to do. You gonna drop it? No, he's not. That's not the kind of luck I have. I have the kind of luck where I do 3 runs of the maggots and I find like 3 shards. Anyway, flamestone plate ring. Kind of useless now that we've done we've done the fire area, but there was those demon ruins earlier, so maybe that will come into handy then. And it just gives us, I think, 300 defense on fire attacks, which is pretty useful. By default, you have like none, pretty much. Let's have a look. On the right-hand side of the screen, no, it just gives 50. I was wrong. I don't know what game it gives 300. Maybe like Dark Souls 2 or something. Maybe it never gave 300. Maybe it's always been 50. Oh look, by the way, By the way, here's the extremely complex mechanism for... Jesus Christ. Yes, I did just shield through fire. It's just like big old Shrek things. Stop that. Very dangerous place, but we can kill him. And I will kill him, and then this area will become a lot safer. He basically just throws these big old boulders at you. And they are a little homing. Ah, there's a tower in the distance. I want to go specifically there. Not before I fight this knight... Is it a Knight Berendique? I could be wrong, that might be Dark Souls 2. I don't think you can backstab him, and I don't know if you can parry him. But his shield and everything, like, that's a great shield. That might be the first great shield of the game that this guy has. Don't know if he drops it, but you will not do any damage through his shield. I'm just going to literally tank his attacks. As you can see, I did 1 damage. I did one whole damage. I just kind of want to bait him into an attack and then go behind him. He's quite stealthy there. You might be wondering, oh, why didn't you attack him while he was swinging up? He swings up and then, like, faces you, which is really weird. Where is it? There's a ladder around here, which I missed in my first run, and I was like, oh, here it is. So you can actually get to this little tower, if you're wondering. You can see all the way down to the fortress there, the perils that I only had to go through once. Jesus. Here's our friend. What's his name? Ricard? Richard? He's got a really cool looking rapier, which he's not going to show off. And he's also using the Elite Knight set, as you can see. Like the box cover set. Really cool guy. Also kind of shit with a sword, as you can see, but like very, very flourishing. You can kind of learning his timing, so just sit here and hold down left trigger. Can I parry you? Probably not. Nah, I have to just kill him the normal way. The Dark Souls way. Hitting him over and over again because I have better range. Nice. What a wonderful little NPC. He also drops one of the best weapons in the game. His rapier. So, you might be wondering, oh, you know, what's so great about this rapier? I bet it doesn't even do as much damage as the regular one. No, it does a little bit more. Basically, got a good poke attack. Very, very fast. Uses very little stamina. And it's right click. Look at this. Fires like 10 times in a second, 12 times in a second. You might also be wondering, why is that so great? You know, hitting 12 times in a second. If I just use a greatsword, it'll do more damage. Well, the thing is, if I use something like magic weapon on it, it now does a flat, like 50, 100 extra damage. So this attack here does like enough damage to one-shot most things and annihilate like every boss. This is a boss killer weapon. This is like the best weapon in the game for killing bosses. So if you're having difficulty with like the Four Kings or something and you need to do a bunch of DPS, you put some kind of like attunement on this. I'm not kind of attunement. You put some kind of like spell on this and then you just spam the shit out of the trigger and it will kill everything. So we're going to keep that. I don't know if I'm going to level it up. Maybe. Like, it could be fun. Show off how much damage it does. Go back to the scythe for now. Also, it's very good for short corridors, as you saw, because it was just little pokes. And I think these are both not mimics. No, they're not. And they just give us... I cannot remember. Rare Ring of Sacrifice. Which is Velka related, I think. I can't remember. And a Divine Blessing. So, makes you feel like maybe, you know, Ricard, maybe he's a man of God or something. Is that related to Velka? That ring? What is it? Yeah, it's related to Velka, who's like a giant crow god, basically. So, I don't know, maybe Ricard's like a man of the church or something, you know, he's got some divine blessings there that comes from the gods, or the goddesses, and I don't know. He's got an interesting bit of lore, and does his sword have anything on it? Maybe that tells you something really specific. Let's have a look. A rapier with intricate decorations, chosen weapon of the undead prince. Oh, he was a prince. His exploits are told in a monomyth. Monomyth? So, like, one myth? He was born into royalty, but wandered the lands, and in a fated, ill-conceived journey, he became undead and disappeared up north. Ooh! Does that mean that maybe he thought he was chosen undead? Like, he wanted to become the chosen undead, so he became undead, travelled north, where we might be, like Northern Undead Asylum, north. You know, he became undead, and he's got this cool sword, and he's got this cool box set armour. Maybe he's, like, the protagonist of the game. But he got tired of Sen's Fortress, became hollowed, gave up. Did I just fall off the ledge? Not my smartest move. There's some cool implications. Because the idea of hollowing in this game, as I've said, is you basically just lose the will to live. In the most essential way possible, you lose your soul because you lose the will to live. So some people like to think that players who've stopped playing, they basically turn hollow. So maybe we'd like to think that perhaps Ricard, he's a protagonist, he made it all the way here, he rung both Bells of Awakening, and he just gave up at Sen's Fortress. Which is unfortunate, because he made it through the hardest part. Hello, you don't drop the side sword, do you? You just have a regular rapier, don't you? That doesn't look like a side sword. I don't remember what's in this room, I don't think there's much. No, I think it's a useless room. There's no, like, secret zone or anything. There is a key along one of these bridges, which you can use to free an NPC later. So I'm going to be on the lookout for that so I don't forget. I normally just ignore the NPC because he's related to magic and I don't do magic builds. I'll also open up this shortcut. It's locked. I guess I need the key for the shortcut. That would make sense. Oh, we've made it all the way to the top in one go. Oh, I just had like a weird half sneeze there. I don't know how that came up in the audio, but it sounded really weird. Sorry about that. Let's just do a normal run along here. Maybe we're able to defeat the boss in one go as well. Sen's Fortress in one go. That will be highlight like my entire year. Bloody hell. Are you going to pull out your sword? Or are you just going to let me just one-shot you? Okay, he's just a hollow. He's just there to piss you off and hit you off. A lot of the enemies here are basically just about the knockback. So I guess first of all I'll just climb up to the top before I do anything. And say hello to our friend. Hello. And then run back inside and wait for him to do that attack. Because that's how I fight these enemies. I don't want to just fight them normally. That'd be dangerous. But he's the man who's been... You alright? Fucking hell. He can phase through the wall. He did do the attack, though. Listen, he's quite tired. He's doing that tired sound effect. So let's just see if we can whack at him a little bit. You can see his health just there. We should be able to just kill him really fast. No! Please kill him. Oh, he didn't die! Oh, I don't like that. Take this nice and careful. Nice and careful. I think also he can see us through the wall. Just because the game's incredibly well written. Ah, shit. Sneaky attack. Ooh, fuck. Okay, no, let's be patient. Be patient. Be patient. Be patient. 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 Patience. That sounds about right. There we go. Sorry about this. He is just doing his job. But I don't like his job. It makes my life a living hell. Oh, also, you see these giant, spheres of iron? Easily one of my favourite parts of the game. Just breaking that shit. What the hell is that? Looks like a knight, doesn't it? I wonder if that's possibly the boss. Huh, I wonder. I'm not sure. Oh, there we go, that's the room we want to go into. I can't remember, do we have to fight the NPC to be able to summon here? Because there was a dude I thought that was meant to spawn back in that room. That's the boss door, by the way, I'm not going through that. I'm going to go through here and talk to a few NPCs. Very, very bored and annoyed sounding NPCs. Are they in here? Oh, no wait, this isn't the NPC, this is the summon sign for Tarkus. We love Tarkus. Do I want to summon? I'll summon Tarkus, I love Tarkus. Come on. And, you know what, I'm also going to leave the boss at full health, because I also want to go back and talk to those bored-sounding NPCs. Because I love them, and they sound really bored, and they kind of can relate to that. I feel like sometimes I sound a little bit bored. Please don't kill yourself, Tarkus, by the way, we love you. Wait, do I have to jump across... I shouldn't need shitloads of health for this boss, by the way, it should be... I should be fine on Estus. Do I need to jump across this ridge to speak to the NPCs? That's a possibility. And there's no more danger, so I can basically just hop. And no, there's no way I can die here. Down there, I can't remember if it's like a crossbow, like a heavy crossbow or a longbow or something. It's some kind of bow weapon. Did make it first shot though, so that's pretty good. Are you in here? I see the table. Oh, here he is. Hello.
What? Who are you? Another undead. I took on
He took on Sen's Fortress alone.
no different from those vile creatures. I was driven by conceit.
What on earth could conceit mean?
That you can handle. So
He's going to help us out with our soul searching. He's basically just really condescending twat.
end of story. You bloody fool.
He's calling us a bloody fool. What does he know? We had, Moustached Penis Man earlier tell us that we're, the chosen one. How does that make us foolish? Anyway, look, he sells, shards and stuff, so you need to level up your weapon. You can spend a fuckload of souls on something that drops really commonly. Also, probably best to buy a Titanite, this green shard if you want the regular one, because I think this splits down into more than that, or the same amount. Anyway, he sells the Great Sword, which is really cool, the Boulder Shield, which is really, really good. We don't really need it, though. We've got a pretty good shield. Shitloads of arrows, etc. He sells, funnily enough, the armour of the Knights of Katarina, which is quite weird, because that was the dude we were talking to downstairs. No idea how he got this stuff. It's ridiculed for its onion-like shape, and they're proud knights. That's good to remember. But it's very, very well forged, and it's good for parrying. So basically they're skilled, despite the fact they have, like, huge armour. He also sells boulder shit, not boulder, Knights of Berenice. It is Berenice armour. Which, by the way, it doesn't look like he's a Knight of Berenice. Apparently people just think that he just nicked it off a dead body and he's wearing that armour. His boulder armour, pretty cool. And he sells some rings we don't really need. Thunder's pretty useful. Like, most of the dragons in the game, they'll do thunder damage, so it might be useful to buy that. And spells, that's also pretty useful. He just sells some pretty useful shit. Yeah, he's just telling us that we're like a babe or something. I don't like that. I don't like people who speak like that. Is this the way down to the key, by the way? I cannot remember. Because I would like to open up that shortcut if possible. Oh, here we go. What are you doing guarding a key? Wouldn't be down here. There we go. Cage key. It's literally just called a cage key. Alright, so let's hop back, do a quick run and open up that cage and the shortcut. Oh, we can't rest because we've summoned. I completely forgot about that. I mean, there's no reason not to just, like, dispel him. What is it? There's an item you can use to get rid of him. I don't remember if I've actually bothered buying it. Black Separation Crystal. Goodbye, Tarkus. That's quite cool. So if you're wondering why you can't use the bonfires, it's probably because you've summoned something. Or there's an invader in your world. Anyway, let's stick final 1 and 2 decks. If we can get that up to 40 sooner than later, we'll basically have enough damage to kill everything in the game. Are you going to spawn now, Mr. NPC? Because I'm fairly certain that you exist. No? Sometimes he doesn't want to. I could swear that this is where he was, but, I mean, I could just be misremember it. Perfectly possible. And also don't remember if that... I thought that giant didn't respawn, but I might be wrong. I don't see him, though, and I don't hear any spooky aspects. Hello? Oh, no, I guess he doesn't respawn. But all the little enemies do. Like, he'll respawn... I think that one respawns down there, just because it's meant to be a reason for that. It's meant to be a reason for why the fortress still runs even after you've killed him, is the fact that he respawns. Because if you kill him and then go back and you're like, oh, you know, why is this mechanism still working? We killed the bloke that functions it. Anyway, you see these cages. You might be wondering, oh, how useful could these cages be? I bet they're incredibly useful. We're going to find out. They also apparently make no sound. Yeah, so these cages descend through the entire fortress, take you right back to the start. Hello. Don't kill me. Not like this. Off he goes. Whee! Oh. Yeah, this lets you skip the entire fortress. So if you ever want to get back to the start, you don't have to run through it again, you just go through this cage. And to get to this key, you had to do that trouble. And the reason I went through this cage, even though I wasn't going back to the start, is because, as you can see, the other side's fallen down. So it means I can use that in the future, if I want to go back the other way. So let's hop back up to the top, summon Tarkus again, and then have a run at this boss, I reckon. I quite like Tarkus on this boss. He can normally... he can normally just take on the boss by himself. He's that much of a badass. Like, he cleared Sense Fortress all by himself, and defeated the boss, just no trouble. By himself. Just a complete badass. So we're going to go summon him, because we love him, and we want him to continue his legacy. Not that this boss is particularly hard, by the way. He's very, very large. If you want to have like a bit of fun, you can fight him. Does he not come back? Because we're human. Oh. We've made Tarkus upset. He doesn't want to come back and fight for us. We might have to die to bring him back. I guess we're going to have to try and fight the boss. It's not very often that I don't summon for him, just because it's a lot of fun to see Tarkus try and one-shot him. We don't have much, so, you know, we'll equip the Chloranthy ring. Do we need poise? We don't need poise. We're going to use... Do we want to use... No. No, you know what? We can use, like, magic weapon or something. I was like, do we want to use any lightning resing on him? No. We can just go through like this. Can't remember how useful the shield is either. And normally at the start he shoots like a shockwave as well, if I remember. Try and dodge that shit. So typically he'll like try and chuck you off the stage, like he'll actually pick you up. So I think it's best to stick right by his axe. I can't remember. There is a specific place you can stand to try and defeat him. And I don't think it's a good idea either to try and lock on for this fight, if I remember. Oh shit, hello. He does a lot of damage. Let's run down here and heal. Don't run after me, please. I might die. It's entirely possible. I'm not the most kitted out for fighting this boss right now, and I was kind of hoping on Tarkus, but that's alright. Please don't grab. No grabberino. He also gets knocked down pretty fast. Oh shit, he's done it. Nope, off we go. Goodbye. Yeah. Not a very difficult boss. The only thing you've got to avoid is that grip, but he can be quite fun. I think I will summon for him, though. It's a bit of trouble to have to... if only he'd, like, been able to resummon Tarkus, we could have gone through all of Sens without having to think about it. I don't know why I used double humanities there, either. It's not like I'm going to kindle this thing twice. Oh well, maybe I'll get more items for it or something. Whatever, let's go get Tarkus. Please be here. I need your help, Tarkus. Ah, here he is. Oh, you know... Wait, I was going to say, you know why I didn't respawn? I broke the table. Why didn't the table reforge last time we came through here? Anyway, Tarkus, hello. See if we can get through the gate before he gets summoned. If you can, then the boss will have less health, as we've discussed, maybe. Oh, I don't know if that counted or not. We're going to wait for Tarkus to get here, though. He's going to run. Come on, Tarkus, I need your help. I'm going to see if he can take him on by himself, because normally he can. He's got like a shitload of health. As you can probably tell, he's a bit of a tank spawn. A bit of a tank build. He's got shitloads of strength and stuff. Tarkus, come on. Come and do what your destiny was, all along. Go on, do it, my dude. I believe in you. Just watch. Look at how much just damage he does. Unless he gets picked up and slammed on the ground repeatedly. That's possible, but it's not me. This is the true battle of Sen's Fortress. Watching him just get pummeled over and over. You just sit in the back and do a bit of cheeky damage to a hitbox that apparently doesn't exist. I didn't know that. You can't hit him while he's using the grab attack. That's useful. Go on, Tarkus, do it. Fucking badass. I'll just knock in there quickly, do a little whack to the shins. Take a bit of aggro for our friend. Our boy in black, as he is. Ooh. Actually, I don't know if you can do double damage if you hit both of his legs. I have no idea. Just, go on, Tarkus, what are you doing? He's just, like, holding his hands and having a pray or something. That was a bit weird. Also, he gets knocked down pretty easily. Or stunned, I guess. He doesn't really get knocked down. Oh, there he does. And now you can just whack away at him for free. He just gets completely screwed when you have two of you. Look at how much more damage Tarkus does than me, by the way. It does, like, 1,000 damage a hit or something. Thank you for the help. Oh, goodbye. He also gave us some humanity. That was very nice of him. Also, 40,000 souls. Also, we beat the boss and got the core of the Golem, which we have a look at, is not called a soul, despite the fact that it clearly is a soul. It is the Iron Golem, Guardian of the Fortress, and Slayer of Countless Heroes, originally a bone of an everlasting dragon. Really? That's pretty cool. Okay, so apparently that was an ancient dragon bone they just shoved into a golem. Anyway. Should I end it here? I think I might end it on a bit of a cliffhanger. What on earth could this Ring of Light be? Find out possibly tomorrow, or whenever it gets rendered. So, on a bit of a nice literal cliffhanger, I'm going to end it here, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.